What's good?
Happy.
What is good, y'all?
Fulfilled.
How's everybody doing?
Fulfilled.
Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Welcome in, everybody.
Happy is the joy
Wherever you are, whenever you are.
relationships
Welcome in.
with spouse or children,
I
friends really enjoy it.
am Rudy Donovan, and this is the ruudidi broadcast. What's up? Welcome in. Long time no see. Hello, Mommy Tanky. Hello, Leaf. What's up? Viewers, chatters, subscribers, faithful blood donors, faithful organ donors, my prepared third and fourth kidneys for when mine crap out on me. I appreciate all of you. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Today, we have plenty to do. But before we get into it, you know the deal. We start the broadcast learning a little bit about me by asking one simple question that you may have had at the beginning of the broadcast, and that is, who am I? Who is ruudidi? Okay. There's a couple ways to answer that, but today I have no answer. No, I'm kidding. Today my answer is another foreign food. Okay? Today I'm going to show you a hard candy from the UK called Skittles. Okay? Flavor Rock. Skittles Flavor Rock. So it looks like it would taste like Skittles, especially because there's actual Skittles on the packaging. But I've been told that it doesn't taste like Skittles. And I'm a little sus. Okay. Hi, I'm so high. I'm so high. Are you really? How high would you say? Would you say you're a little high? Or maybe so high? Maybe high above me?
She's blood, flesh and bone. No tox or silicone. She's touch, smell, sight, taste and sound. But somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong and nothing's gonna happen, yeah. 'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite.
So it's chewy, obviously, which you would not expect. Actually, yeah, I can bend it, so I guess you might expect that. But it snaps. So the consistency is more like a light candy cane. Taste also like a candy cane. It's got that like artificial flavor where you know you're like eating something that's been so processed it it's a faint resemblance of what it is supposed to be. There's 362 kcals. Are there any Brits in here who understand what that means? That's per 100 grams. Oh, I don't know how to read this. No wonder why Brits have fucked up teeth. They have no idea what has like a ton of sugar. What doesn't? Look at this shit. Look at this. I'm not sure you can read that. It's not going to focus grab either. Just know that it's confusing. I'll post a picture later. It's bad. It tastes bad. Okay, not surprisingly, it's British. So, but it's also it tastes bad. It's ass. I'm sorry. It's bad. Thanks, Brits. Okay. How you guys been? What you guys been up to? What's new? What's fresh? What's poppin'? I actually fucking unironically love that song. It's actually so good. So good. Have I not been promoting my Instagram enough? Sorry guys. Apparently I haven't been telling people that Instagram is a thing that I have. Because I just got another message from somebody else saying, "Hey, do you have an Instagram?" That's crazy. Did you guys find my Instagram, by the way? Did it work out? I'm stealing this link. Yeah. Here you go, bro. I don't even know who that person is. All right, guys. So what's going on? What's new? What's crap? What's fresh? What's poppin', dude? You guys ready for the news? You guys ready to crack in? Okay. What else? What else before we get in? I haven't really done anything. I went to bed yesterday and then actually no, we watched a movie. That's right. Right after stream, we watched The Cure. And about 5 minutes in, there was some titty. There was like straight titty. Several like just straight shots of it. So it was very wise of us to not watch that on stream. Although I can't imagine at this level anybody would give a fuck. Like, I'm thinking as long as I stay under the radar long enough, you know, put out like mediocre content for long enough, I won't grow too hard. And then I can just get away with like blatant TOS violations, right? That's how that works. So that was a good movie. That was a really great movie. It was about 2 hours long, and it was more of like a psychological horror movie. There wasn't any monsters or like beasts or ghosts or things like that. But it was like, here's how far humanity can stray from itself. how deep into inhumanity one can achieve. It was really interesting. I liked the movie. Everybody else said it was a good movie. I think they liked the movie. So next week we'll be doing the same thing. Next Friday, movie night. We will be back. All right. After that, I was actually so tired. I was super tired. Yesterday was Friday, so I had worked all day before that, and then I prepped for stream, and then I streamed. So I was essentially working since like 4 a.m. yesterday. Even though I tried to get as much sleep as I could in the morning, even at work. Regardless, I went to bed at like 9:30. It was really sad, actually. I was sitting up trying to edit as hard as I could, and I was just bobbing. I was like, nope. There was absolutely no way I'm going to be able to stay awake to do this. So I went to bed. I took that L, decided I would wake up. I had like a decent time. I don't even know what time I woke up today. It was like 8:30. I rolled out of bed, feeling a lot better about my posture. Feeling so much better about this posture, dude. It feels good for my bones and my muscles to sit in the right place. I feel like blood flow is actually getting to my head, so that's pretty sick. More or less. The thing is I need to like breathe more. Take like more deep breaths and shit, cause I never do. Low key, when I read, I tilt my head forward. I like strain my head and I move it forward, and then I end up like cutting off oxygen and blood flow. So I just like get a bunch of brain fog. I can't focus, and then I'm like drowsy too. So there are a lot of benefits to fixing your posture, you know, after being in pain for so long. Did that this morning, sat down, and I just researched. I did a ton of research as much as I could. I tried to go through all of social media. I sat and read through Twitter as much as I could, getting information from news outlets like Al-Quds and anybody that can get anything out from on the ground in Gaza, because there's a current media blackout. 100%. You can't send a text to your neighbor. You can't browse the internet. You can't send a tweet. A lot of the people who are able to get things out are sending it off of cell towers that are in the neighboring Israeli towns and using their infrastructure. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to also talk about what's going on in the West Bank, which I did a little bit of research on. There is still media coverage out there, so we know what's going on there. And it's not pretty, I'll tell you that. But luckily we have a lot of good information help us break down and understand what the fuck is going on. Also, I'm highly confident with you guys here that we're in good hands. I haven't seen Mommy Tanky in a billion years, but I know that you'll call me out if I get anything wrong, which is a good thing. Unless you're so high, like literally high above me. In that case, shut up. Don't speak. We'll have a combined brain count. Brain count. Oh my god. I'm already losing cells. We'll have a combined brain cell count of 2. So so I might have to call a historian. Damn. You have that shit stuck in my head now. Okay. So, later on, we're going to get to some reacts. We're going to talk about absolutely nothing, and we're going to have fun. Or if the timing is right, we will participate in a dating show. Okay? If the timing's right, we'll see. Who knows? Okay, so as for right now, let's go ahead and blast out a tweet. Let them know what's up. Here, check this out in the meantime.
I always thought how weird is that American Jews are the best comedians and Israeli people are the least funny people on earth. I think that's probably because I don't know. Anti-Semitism happening in America probably contributes to it, maybe. Like oppression.
Anti-Semitism makes Jewish people funny.
I think oppression is like part of the reason why art is better, like coming from oppressed groups.
Sure.
Don't you think? Maybe.
I think that's fair. I don't know.
I mean, think about our most formative comics, like in the white space. You got fucking Larry the Cable
what
Guy.
the fuck?
And then you have black comedians who are legendary, Jewish comedians who are funny. Well, I guess and then we also have Jerry Seinfeld. So
Yeah, that's a mark.
Okay.
who knows? Oppressing people makes people funnier.
Okay,
It's punching up versus punching down. That's it. This is not funny because it's punching down. I think that's what it is. Art is an ideological expression of the class struggle, so yeah. It's why fat people are funny. That's funny. Okay. Jews were kicked out of places a lot, so Jewish communities have come up with trades and crafts and skills that they could take with them. Now, if you're kicked out of France or Germany, commonly, what? You take your store in your house or whatever, and you have to leave that behind, but you can't take your sense of humor, etc., etc. Larry David sided with Palestine? I don't think he did. At least I saw Cassie David, his daughter, on that letter that was like, President Biden, release the hostages now.
Did he do that?
Who?
Biden.
Yeah, he didn't release the hostages.
Fuck.
It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up that Hollywood demanded President Biden immediately make Hamas release the hostages. And then they didn't. They couldn't even mimic a fraction of Sean King's power there, which is really important to think about.
Nobody is doing it like him.
No.
Nobody is doing it like
He's
Sean King.
facilitating hostage negotiations. He's doing conditional releases, unconditional releases. Oh, this is why they made Mike Pence step down? Trigger warning.
What happened?
Do you not see it?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
A
Sorry.
grave anti-Semitic act has been
Yeah,
committed.
Sorry, I just saw. Oh my God.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. This is why he had to step down. In shame. Didn't Bradley Cooper sign both the release hostage letter and also the ceasefire now letter? Yeah.
Respect.
I like that, dude.
You gotta play both sides.
Yeah, he's playing. I mean, he's like, yeah, Biden released the hostages. I don't understand. What? Like,
He's got to cover all his bases because he's doing that movie.
what?
Oh my god.
Oh my God! Is that the
Yeah.
one where he's doing the prosthetic nose or whatever? Was
Yes,
that Bradley
yeah.
Cooper?
Yeah, that's Bradley
Oh
Cooper.
my God! That's
I don't want to talk about that.
oh my God!
Talk about that.
Leonard Bernstein.
Yeah.
That's oh no. That's why he's doing
He's
it.
gotta cover all
Someone
his
said it's
bases.
because he's dating Gigi Hadid.
Is he
Maybe.
starting
I don't know.
rumors?
Well, they originally said that he was dating Bella Hadid, but I don't think that's true. Meanwhile, Papa Hadid is in my fucking DMs.
Yeah.
Mohammed, yeah,
You guys are tight.
or we're boys now.
That's
I think.
cool.
I think. I mean, I wanna have him come on and talk about his experiences. He was a baby during the Nakba, like literally was born. I think like either right before or right after the Nakba.
So what do you think? Ban appeals?
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Ban appeals.
Also,
I got some
he's-
DMs. People sent me some DMs. About
Also, he
their
said
bans.
Steven Spielberg approved of the nose. By the way, Jesus.
I don't. Didn't the family like worked pretty closely with him though? I feel the family was
I
like,
still think it's pretty funny.
I don't know. I feel like if the family signed off on it, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
It was a big. It
Your
was a-
friend looks like Stoic the Vast from How to Train Your Dragon.
the fuck does that mean?
I don't even
Don't
know.
look it up.
You do have like a very 3D animatable face though.
Oh shit.
Oh, he does.
So I automatically believe it.
So
What do you have for tonight's festivities? What are you going to wear?
Oh, I was gonna go as sexy Peter Griffin.
Wait, what the fuck? No, he doesn't look like this guy. They say you look like this guy.
That's just a guy with the red facial hair.
Never to be seen again.
You
I
do
don't
have
want-
Disney Pixar face.
Thank you. I think
Like,
that's good. I think that's a
That's a
compliment.
good thing. You got like big eyes, you know?
Ooh.
It's pretty funny. Oh my god, someone said human Shrek. Wait, hold on. What have you've probably gotten this
Yeah, I've
before.
gotten human Shrek, especially when I have a shaved face.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
The Shrek wiki.
Of course wait.
Are
You
you
don't-
an editor on the Shrek wiki?
Yeah,
I am.
you don't fuck with Shrek Wiki?
Dude,
What the
Of course
fuck?
I do. What
are
the
you
fuck
a
are
part
you
of
talking about?
Are you part of the fandom or what,
Of
dude?
course I'm a part of the fucking
Yeah.
fandom. I'm
That's
an editor.
That's so funny. Yeah, you do kind of look like human Shrek.
I think that's a compliment. Human Shrek is hot.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I should have gone as human Shrek. No, then I would have to shave.
First of all, this is not Shrekky. That's a different Wikipedia for Shrek. This is Wiki Shrek, okay? Figure it out, chat. God.
You guys
Fucking
gotta get it in order.
yeah, it's kind of nasty that you don't know about the different types of Wikipedia pages. Okay. You give Edna from Incredible Energy though?
All
What
right,
is that?
Is that you?
I don't know
No.
what that even
Stop
is.
looking up. That's you.
Neither.
That this is me. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do it. How do we find can one of the mods send me the ban appeals form, please?
Some people sent me DMs requesting me directly if I could get them unbanned.
I'm looking at all the last ones from this week and they're
Kenda,
that's not what we're gonna do though.
should I tell
What?
should I tell for that person to come here?
Who?
Chibuki.
I mean if he wants to smoke,
All right, hold on.
don't show it to the camera though.
I'm not showing it to the camera.
Okay. We have 681 ban appeal requests. Okay.
What do we doing? Are we doing the ban appeals?
This is all the way from 2022. We're doing ban appeals.
Okay, here we go. I'm excited.
Okay.
Can you play the Law and Order music?
I don't know, but it's not copyright free.
Oh, never mind. Don't. Maybe.
But we can play the theme for a second.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Spiral Speed says, you get what you deserve. Deleted by Nice Bathroom. Nice Bathroom banned him. His response is, my sincerest apologies. I was quoting the Joker from all the Joker emotes in the chat. I'm referencing Hassan's infamous America deserved 9/11 quote. I do not think that those died at Robb Elementary School deserved their fate, and is certainly a sign of systemic dysfunction in America's government, military, and police forces. In short, it was an attempt at satire. I will not be so insensitive in the chat if allowed to rejoin. Thank you and have a good day. What a start. You have to defend every single person unconditionally. This is the court.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Court's in session.
I think it's clear. You know, when we're talking about bans,
Context is the Uvalde shooting.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a shooting every day in the United States. Okay, this isn't a unique situation. Unfortunately, it happens every day. And we're talking about a person here who is trying to bring some levity to a serious topic. They're right. We love the Joker. Everybody does. Chat loves the Joker. And referencing, you know, this is an homage to you in a way. Like the America, what you said about 9/11 that I'm not going to repeat.
Wait, what did I say about? Can you say that?
No.
Here, say it while it's zoom.
No, you can't zoom in. So I think, you know, considering taking ownership of a mistake that this person had made, the fact that it was clearly satire.
And it was a year ago.
And it was a long time ago. I think that they've, you know, paid their price. They've done the time. Unban.
All right. Unban. Unban appeal accepted.
Wow, this is huge.
All right.
Okay, guys, here it is.
Next up, it's Subject XL, who got banned. What is this?
Here it is. This is the new tweet. Blast. Okay. Back. We are back. You see? Go ahead and drop this. Go ahead and follow and like. Check it out. We are back with more news, reacts, and more. That's right. More. Come through while we learn what we can from fractured Gaza COMMS and worker solidarity with Palestinians of the West Bank as they're harassed during olive season. Come get it. Twitch.tv/ruudidi. Go like. Go follow. That's the Twitter, by the way. If you don't already have it, there you go. Enjoy.
Someone. Hassan reacts to himself reacting. Top tier content right here. Smile. For context, I hate those who just put smiles in the chat because it's like so cynical. It's like, Now everyone's doing it. Oh, God, I hate it. I knew that it was going to happen. Nice stream. Smile. Fuck you. So smarmy. So condescending.
They're going to do it more.
All right, let's hear it.
I think they should do more. Chat, more smiles.
Okay. Go ahead. Read it.
This is awesome. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, fuck. I still have to put the edit together. All right, let's fucking get it, boys. Let's dive right in. Shit. All right, actually, wait. Wait. Hold on. Do you remember this? Yes, yeah, do you remember this show? Does anybody remember this show? Anybody at all? So this is riding with Burgess, okay? A show that apparently changed the cartoon network that I grew up with. Yet I have no recollection of it, and it's been popping up in my feed relentlessly. I've seen this shit everywhere. I don't know if anybody remembers this. I fucking don't. But I can tell why nobody remembers this, man. So I just wanted to pop that up, see if anybody remembered that shit. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Just go on Twitter and casually see someone telling somebody else to kiss themselves. Will I really get banned if I say it? Even if I'm referencing it? Probably not if I'm referencing it, right? Wait, what am I fucking saying? They let Vosh say the N-word. What the fuck am I talking about? All right. Glad that's out of the way. Go back. This isn't real. It's just not real, right? Like it's just I looked it up. What's crazy is I looked this shit up to see if it was like a thing. And they talked, like, I found some shit from like 2018. Look at this. Look at this shit. Or 2016. Sorry, 2016, even further back. I'm just like, where do they put this in? It was a short. Dude, what? These were like bumps, no? This is 11 minutes. This is like a short, bro. What the fuck? No wonder nobody saw this shit, man. This is a commercial. This is probably a commercial. Changed the channel when that came on, bro. Nickelodeon kid all of a sudden. All right? I don't remember this. I didn't grow up. Not my Cartoon Network, brother. Let me tell you one thing. Not my Cartoon Network. And so that brings us to what's going on right now in the West Bank. All right. Let's talk about the violence that's going on over there. So right now is the IDF continues disappearing people in the middle of the night and in broad day. Here's a Noah Colwyn tweet. Israel keeps thousands of Palestinian hostages. We just never hear about them because Israel puts on the pleasing varnish of formal military occupation. But the violence is still the same. Stealing away loved ones with a gun in the middle of the night. This is the reality. They're just walking dudes off. You know what I mean? It's crazy. 100% normal, though. 100% normal. 100% normal over here. Same thing. Same video. Israeli forces break into Al Jalazun refugee camp in the West Bank city of Ramallah. This is literally land that they're allowed to be on. Land that Palestinians, after getting fucked by the partition and then further partitions of the West Bank, these are areas that they're allowed to be existing in. That they're getting taken and put into hostage situations. You know what I mean? Like, and the only reason they can do this is because they're not getting any pushback, because obviously Hamas is not fucking there. Yet they keep saying Hamas is here. And every time they say that, they feel like they have the freedom to do shit like this. Just destroy all their buildings, be like, look, there was Hamas stuff in there, bro. We swear there was a freaking Hamas tunnel in there, dude. You should have seen it. We didn't take any pictures because we don't want them to know that we're aware of their abilities. But you guys know. You guys know, but they don't know because we're speaking in Hebrew. So this is the current very normal state of the Israeli occupation. The occupation of Palestine. And ain't no way a motherfucker can come back here. You try to come back, you get shot at, bro. You get blasted if someone hasn't already built a new house here. So it's just it's very reminiscent of like America during the Reconstruction era and Jim Crow era. Like literally getting bombed, okay? Like we've been bombed. You've been bombed on American soil. Americans, by other Americans. And so it's just like this is what it looks like when it is done on a state level. And it's just fucking nuts because this is also the milder side. Like this is the side that isn't cut off from food, electricity, fuel, water, and now media. This is somewhere that has phone reception still. And like this is just how out here blatant they are, running the campaign and having a good time doing it. This is crazy, man. Like you just do whatever the fuck you want if you are the IDF over there. A lot like cops here, man. A lot like cops here. So that's the current state of Gaza. And then earlier today, Netanyahu did a press release, did a little sit down for the Gaza people, or so he says. He broadcasts a cheery little warning. Here, check this out.
Citizens of Gaza, listen carefully. This is an urgent military advisory from the
Israeli defense minister.
For your immediate safety, we urge all residents of northern Gaza and Gaza City
at 5 a.m., by the way, our time here,
to
West Coast,
temporarily relocate south. Let me repeat. We urge all residents of northern Gaza and Gaza City to relocate south immediately. This is a temporary measure. Moving back to northern Gaza will be possible once the intense hostilities end. Hamas puts your
also, this is in English, bro. It's in fucking English, my man.
Life in danger by placing weapons and forces within civilians area in Gaza.
Like, who is this for?
Schools,
Who is this really for?
And hospitals. The impending IDF operation.
Wait, say that one more time.
Area in Gaza puts your life in danger by placing weapons and forces within civilians area in Gaza, including schools, mosques, and hospitals.
Schools, mosques, and hospitals,
the impending IDF operation is set to neutralize these threats of Hamas with precision and intensity.
Yeah, precision.
Humanity remains haunted by the massacre unleashed by Hamas on October 7th, a massacre of innocent lives. Israeli men, women, children, and babies were beheaded, executed, raped, and burnt alive. We won't forget that. And the kidnapping of over 200 Israelis, we will not forget. To the residents of northern Gaza and Gaza City, your window to act is closing. Move south. For your own safety, move south. This is not a mere precaution. It is an urgent plea for the safety of the civilians in Gaza.
Bro, this Hollywood ass shit, man. I swear to God. I'm sorry, man. That's funny, bro. Why are you dropping this at 5:16
Attention,
a.m.
citizens
PST Pacific time in English? And on Twitter. Nah, what am I saying? Of course. No. The people the people of Gaza, I'm sure they'll see this. They'll see this, they'll say, "Oh, fuck. Thank God that there are some good guys in Israel. Some people that we can truly rely on to provide us with some facts." I'm so happy I can read this, on my phone from the comfort of my living room. Oh, wait. What is this? That's crazy. The take. With communications cut off, Gaza goes dark amid Israeli attacks. It was after 7 p.m. local time in Gaza on Friday when we heard that most people were there lost contact with the world. Internet and phone services went down and the bombardment intensified. Then, Israel's military said it was expanding ground operations. Despite the internet blackout, Al Jazeera is still able to broadcast to the world. So, what do we know so far? We'll tell you what we know so far. Nobody's fucking getting that message. Plus, nobody is gonna take it seriously. You'll ask people to go to the south, and then you'll bomb the south. You'll bomb the transports. You'll bomb the hospitals, and then say that it was you, and then go back and delete the tweet, and then say that it wasn't you, and that it was Islamic jihadists. So, even if they did hear you, what's the point? What's the point in talking? Unless that's not actually the intended audience. That shit for sure was for us. It's just PR. That's why that shit was mad Hollywood. Look at this guy. Look at this. They're like, we need to bring in anybody who studied a James Cameron movie and just go ahead and set up this lighting. All right. We needed to give Marvel. I'm surprised they didn't do the Transformer undercuts where it just kept switching from one angle to another angle. I fucking love that shit, dude. God, it's such an epic video hack, and it instantly makes me want to commit atrocities. I love it. I saw that shit in Transformers, and then I enlisted the next day. True story. So, no information going in. Most people can't even use Snapchat. And they were dropping snap maps before, things on the snap map. It's kind of interesting. It's also kind of interesting to see all the old information come back up in Twitter as if it's here's what's happening today. It's this is 100% not today. People will go and post that and be like, oh yeah, this is totally happening right now. They forgot. They turned off the communications, but they totally forgot about the snap maps. And I'm like, okay, let's come back to that. I go fuck around somewhere else and go do some shit. I come back and then I Google it, or I try to find the information using the, big clickbait in the names. You know what I mean? The things that stand out in the headlines. I'll go and search it and see if I can find it. I'll find it again from either the same source or a different source, and then I'll look deeper, and it'll be from like the 20th. It's the 28th right now. I'm like, my man, we need accurate information. It's kind of fucked up to just drop shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I've been super careful and cautious about my own posting too. I'm also like learning the etiquette low key of like Twitter and shit. I do not know how to market myself on Twitter. I just be spouting off. I just be saying whatever I believe or whatever I think needs to be said at the moment. Like this. Nobody's saying this right now, dude. Nobody's saying this right now. And I think it's just fucked up. I think it's wrong. Okay? Immoral, even. But I'm glad I'm out here, able to provide you with that sweet, sweet shit that you need. You're welcome. Okay, I know, but for real. This is some other shit that I saw earlier today on Twitter that kind of blew my mind. Like, there are black Americans out here, not black Republicans. We don't even talk to them, bro. We don't even talk to them anymore. Oh my God. But there are black people out here that are like, where was Palestine when we were getting shit on and where we were getting fucked up by the police, which is still happening right now? And we're like, okay, like, first of all, let me bring up this tweet. It's kind of funny. Like, this is just how it is. This tweet has 47 likes, okay? But it has 1,500, okay, retweets. 1.5K retweets. So, and 358 comments. So you know that this boy got ate up. You know that he got fucking torn apart. All right? I like what this lady has to say. She said, full disrespect. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Palestinians have been our siblings in this fight. Read a goddamn book. And these are some pictures from the wall that separates Gaza from Israel proper. So, on God, it's always been a struggle across every river and every sea. That's why they say from the river to the sea. So, I think that's funny. I think it's important to fucking whip motherfuckers and be like, listen up, brother. Are you truly revolutionary in your ideals? If you're going to come out here and try to divide us over something like how much support they're giving us from their oppressed state and their oppressed position. Because if you want to break it down, it's always been like that. Motherfuckers have always been out here supporting us. Image description: mural of George Floyd in Gaza. What's up, Shingon Roddy? I still stream. You came to my first stream, dude. You came to my first stream back like a week ago. What do you mean? What do you mean I didn't even think you still streamed anymore? That's because you don't follow me on any of my socials, dog. And that's because you don't turn on that bell, bro. Oh shit, man. We just found a non-beller. I got a non-beller in the chat. Go ahead and take him down, boys. Listen, bro. You can't get on me if you don't put that bell on, man. That's your fault. That's your shit. Boy, on and off every couple of months. I work, bro. I work. But I'm not that bad. All right. It's really not that bad. I always tell you guys. You know, I always let you know. If you followed my social, hey. Hey, you follow my social, you know everything. You're in the loop. You know what I'm saying? You're in the inner circle. Look, I'm not gatekeeping out here. The girl bossing is at 100%, but the gatekeeping is maybe around a 19%, bro. You can come in. You know, you can kick it, bro. Glad you're working, man. Keep the pace up. What have you been up to, though, man? It's been a minute. Have you gotten your music career going crazy yet? Are you doing collabs with 21 Savage? What has 21 Savage been up to? Has he done anything recently? I think I saw he did something with Drake. But I never listened to that. I never listened to Drake music, man. Even if it's got someone I really love. It was Yeet. No, it was Yeet who did a song with Drake recently. And I was like, I might listen to it. But I'm not a big fan of Drake, personally. All right. Yo, speaking of working men, bro. Speaking of working men, dude. If you're a working man, you know I gotta get my paper. You know I gotta get this bread. And you know I gotta get my bread because I want to spend it on some bottoms. Just like the bottoms at the bottom of the hour ad break. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's time for you to see 3 minutes of ads. All right. If you don't want to see the ads, you know the deal. The typical is to either subscribe for $5 or you can subscribe for free using your Amazon Prime. You turn that into a Twitch Prime. Free. It's all free. You sub to any streamer you want. Hopefully that's me. Anyways, enjoy that little ad break debate and eat this 3 minutes. Where's OBS? Oh, here we go. No, I went fuck it and said, if I make music, that's going to be temporary and won't last long. So I decided to go to college to study the gaming development career, which I now decide to do as a career in life. Wow. First of all, what the fuck? Huh? First of all, that's a complete flip, no? Gaming development sounds intense, man. That's something you have to like. You've been into that this entire time? Who else do you follow on here, man? Now you got me curious. Who are you? How do I see who else you follow? There's a way to do that now. Oops. I think I just pressed a button. I don't even use Twitch anymore. I mean, you have 2 profiles, no? So which Twitch don't you use? Well, now you have to come back regardless, because I'm back. So 2 profiles with the other one. What is the other one? Bro, you have Shingon Ruddy and then you have a different one. I can't remember what the other one's called. It's your profile, bro. You should know. So are you staying in the States or are you going to end up going back to the UK? Speaking of the UK, bro, you missed it. I ate some candy from there. You already passed the basic levels? That's good. How are you going about the learning though? Do you have to, is it intensive? Do you have to do, what's it called? Do you have to do schooling or is it something that you can just learn like through doing? I mean, you could probably learn a lot more through school, but honestly, you get so much more experience through just doing. But you get so much more knowledge through learning too. So it's like, which one do you want? If you could have both, it'd be great. It's not even intensive. They actually help you out and show you. It's a class then, no? You're gonna have like tutors and stuff. Shit, dude. I might have you come on. Teach me how to make a game. Not tonight, but another time. I'd be down. I've never built a game before, but I have fucked around with coding before, so I'd be down. I'd be super down. That'd be super fun. We'll build the game. And then I'll voice act in it. And then I'll like make all my other friends voice act in it. It'll be like, oh my god. Can we make like a Diablo game, dude? Like a 64-bit side scroller? And then just like make everything dick based, just like dick swords. The people are made of dicks. All the doors are dick shaped. You get where I'm going. You get where I'm going with this, right? Fuck Diablo, I'm trying to make an Undertale kind of game. I never played Undertale, but is that the really hard one that everybody talks about? Or is that from the Mother franchise? Something I am so afraid to let out there for people to know is that I have no knowledge of retro games. I don't know anything about like the original Marios. I think the first and oldest game I played was Yoshi. Yeah, it was like Yoshi's Island or something. And it was on my Game Boy Advance. Oh, God, I love my Game Boy Advance, bro. I also played Avatar, bro. This shit was sick. This shit was mad sick. The 2 games I had and the 2 games I played. And then like some Harry Potter game. Don't kill me, guys. Don't kill me, guys. I didn't know she was a TERF back then. I also didn't know what a TERF was when I was a child. Now I'm doing intermediate level. Okay. Yeah, come on the show sometime, dude. And turn on the freaking bell, bro. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. And also, if you want to follow the socials, the breakdown essentially is Instagram is for memes and thirst traps. So pictures of me. There's 3 accounts. There's 3 accounts on Instagram. So once you find the one, if you care, the other ones are easy to find, but also worse. By far much worse. And then when it comes to the Twitter, that's just information. I'm just blasting out updates and shit on Twitter. There are 2 Twitters. I'm not even going to go deep into the other one. But as far as TikTok goes, that's just for entertainment. And then sometimes I'll have like information on what's pressing, like Palestine updates. I think I had the Indonesian hospital when they ran out of power and they were using their hospital, or they were using their phones as flashlights. That's what they had. That's what I post on all those. That's the breakdown. So everyone should be back from the ad break. Everyone should be on the other side. Welcome back. Hello. we're going to get back into it with workers on the other side of the planet. In particular, Palestinian workers who are getting harassed and attacked throughout the West Bank.
Olive harvest season in the occupied West Bank. The most important time of year for thousands of Palestinian farmers. Many have owned land and farmed these rocky slopes for generations. Israeli settlers have set up an illegal outpost on the hill and blocked the road with concrete and earth. A drone flies above, watching the Palestinian farmers' every move.
We came here today to pick our olives, but there's a barrier across the road, so we can't go in or get our cars up there. The Israeli settlers and military are over there, around our olive trees, so we're scared to go in.
This video shows Israeli settlers attacking Palestinian olive pickers and destroying their property, beating and chasing them from their fields. Ilham shows me where settlers have put straw in her family's trees. They use it to set light to them. Some are hundreds of years old. She says settler attacks have increased since the start of the war.
And if you don't know the importance of olive trees to the region, here is a streamer named Denims on the platform here that can kind of break it down for you, tell you a little more about that from her experience and from her background as a man and woman.
And your olives, they should not.
Oh shit!
They should not.
Hold on.
Also, on a personal level, okay, as someone, as a men of person, okay, someone off the Mediterranean Sea, as an olive enjoyer, I've been eating olives since I was a baby. I wouldn't be surprised if like one of the first things I ate was an olive, okay? My people love olives. You are a sick fuck to destroy an olive tree. Those take forever to fucking grow. Okay, they provide some of the best fucking oil. And they're a great snack. Okay, if you're one of those olive unenjoyers, that's fine with me. More olives for the rest of us. Okay, I get it. You're like the tannins or whatever. You have the anti-olive gene or whatever. I get it. But for the rest of us, olives are amazing. Okay? And also, guys, just to be very clear, if you don't like olives, the problem might be that you haven't had like really good olives. I don't know if you guys have seen like this trend on Twitter of like people trying Indian food for the first time. It's made me very concerned that a lot of Americans have not
Avatar
had.
would be upset to hear to how they treated bison Saj.
Yeah. Oh, stop. I'm very concerned that a lot of Americans have not, a lot of white Americans living in the Midwest have not tried good olives. If you've had the black canned olives that are like pre-sliced, that shit is terrible. Okay? There's no Arab person, no Mediterranean person, no Grecian person, okay, that would ever even eat those. If you provided those olives to someone from the Mediterranean area, they would throw it back at you, okay? If you've only had the olives that are on pizzas, stop. You need to go somewhere that has olives available for you to portion out, okay? You don't want them jarred. You don't want them in the jars. I sometimes will get some stuffed olives, but generally speaking, if you want to have good olives, like good Kalamata olives are pretty good. You want them, if you want good olives, you need to get them still with the pits. Those are the best ones. They're the most annoying to eat, but they have the best flavor. And your olives, they should not look like this, man. I'll show you guys. They shouldn't look like this, man. These are, if you like these, that's fine. That's fine, okay? But you want a good pair of olives, amount, your olive should look like this. There should be some oil. There should be some seasoning. multicolored.
That shit
These
does look
olives.
good.
And these are like they've been de-pitted, I think, already. If you've never had olives that look like this before, you're not allowed to besmirch the name of olives, okay? You have to go and try some first that look like this, or even like this, and then come back to me. If you don't really like salt or salty things, you're probably never going to like olives, and that's fine. But, yeah. Where can I buy these? If you can find like a little international market in your neighborhood somewhere, you're in business. You're in business.
So that's on olives. All right, very important. Okay. But also legitimately important to like the lifestyle of the people in the region and also to their work. Like this is their job. This is their job. And now they're being pushed out even further from their ancestral lands where they built up and cared for these trees for, I assume, what's been generations. It would probably be a pretty safe assumption because the people who are taking care of this now are probably people who understand how to take care of this since they've been maintained this entire time. There's a recommendation earlier for a book. I think it was like Palestinian Walk by a Palestinian author talking about the change of the environment as the indigenous custodians of the land are ousted, and how the ecology is damaged from this, just from people planting European trees, you know what I mean, invasive species, like just ecology 101 shit. But it's all done intentionally in an effort to colonize Palestine. They want to Europeanize the region, make it feel like home, as much as they are taking the land and establishing it as their home. So it's a lot like God, what's the word? What's the word for it? When like when like a coffee shop moves into your undervalued neighborhood, and all of a sudden like a bunch of people with cattails are moving in. What is that called? Gentrification. It's gentrification. Like there are so many parallels between what the Palestinian people are experiencing and what people have experienced across the world, namely in the United States. Like I've said, it's just like on an insane level that we're seeing it, and we're seeing it in real time, and we're seeing it with full documentation. You know what I mean? No matter how many people try to discredit it, it's nuts. We have it. It's ours. All right. So, this is good. This is good that the people are able to take care of the lands that they've been taking care of for so long. And it's bad when they wake up and see their orchards are split from them and are being occupied by soldiers who don't know how to maintain these trees that will most likely die when the people are ousted or killed. And that's the reality, constant reality of living in the West Bank. Where Hamas does not live, where Hamas does not operate. Unless, of course, Israel chooses to drum up some propaganda regarding how all of a sudden Hamas is now operating over there.
The level of violence has increased. They've stopped even talking to us now. They just come and beat us. Some open fire, killing people. There is no way they will ever entertain even the thought of a mutual understanding between us.
Noor crosses the barrier and tentatively starts walking towards his olive trees. Israeli soldiers near the hilltop settler outpost begin descending the slope towards him. An armoured vehicle moves down the road. In the last few minutes, the drone, which we understand is being operated by either the settlers or the army, has returned. Noor tried to get to his fields, but the local mayor here has told him to come back because the Israeli military in an armoured vehicle have come down this road and parked, if you can see, just beyond those trees. Settlers set fire to this Palestinian car close by. The
This
Hebrew
is fucking
graffiti on
nuts,
the wall
bro.
is a threat to kill or kick out Palestinians from this area.
This is nationalism right here, dude. This is Jewish supremacy.
Sharif Hamid finds it hard to walk because he says a group of armed settlers beat him using iron bars.
We came like we do every day early in the morning. They had a drone above us filming. A settler appeared with his sheep. He was about 100 meters away, and he played music and sang in Hebrew. Then he left. Suddenly, half an hour later, 7 of them appeared and they started beating us. They dragged my uncle off the stepladder and beat him on the legs. They beat me on my head, my arms, and my legs, and then they left. The guy with the sheep stole my car.
Rights groups say the Israeli military protect the settlers and often ignore the violence they commit.
Mm-hmm.
The UN's
Or they
Humanitarian
perpetuate it
Affairs Office
themselves.
says
Look,
settler attack
the settlers and the IDF, the occupation forces, they are one and the same. Okay, there's a mandate. It's mandatory service for most of the people in Israel. Okay, so they are pretty much one and the same. They believe that they are operating in the same like goal area to exterminate Palestinians, to push them out and to take over their lands. So it's just like, these are the extremists. These are the people that are like out here pushing, killing, and claiming other people's houses. Right? And this is the reason why October 7th happened, is because all of their forces were concentrated on either bombing Gaza, bombarding them, and maintaining their concentration camp in Gaza, or harassing settlers, not harassing settlers, but harassing the indigenous people of the West Bank. Harassing the residents of the West Bank.
attacks against Palestinians and their property have more than doubled since the Hamas attacks inside Israel on October the 7th. At least 7 a day, many involving firearms.
Like, look at this fucking guy. He's a settler and he's got.
Settlers are organized. They come, they beat.
He's a settler and he's just walking around with a fucking rifle.
Doubled since the Hamas attacks inside Israel on October the 7th. At least 7 a day, many involving firearms.
This season, the terrorist settlers are organized. They come, they beat us, they take our cars and destroy them. They are armed. They have killed more than one person here in this area. Every year, their violence gets worse. Every year, they get closer to where we live.
Palestinian olive farmers have suffered decades of increasing restricted access to their lands and Israeli settler attacks. This year, like every year, they pick what they can. Many more scared than ever before. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Burqa, in the occupied West Bank.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from.
So that's what's going on in the West Bank. But I've got something that's kind of interesting. Earlier today, Vox released a video on the context around Gaza. It's actually pretty good. For a 15-minute little explainer, it does a pretty decent job covering a few things in a little bit of time. It skips over quite a bit of history, and we will come back to that at a later point. But for now, this will help us fill in the blanks after learning a little bit from what we learned about watching part of 1948 and all of the coverage that we've had up until now. So this will help us create a clear picture. Check it out here.
We are putting a complete siege on Gaza. No electricity, no food, no water, no gas. It's all closed. We're fighting animals and are acting accordingly.
That was the defense minister of Israel, responding to the deadly attack on October 7th by Hamas, a militant group based in Gaza. Hamas launched rockets, killed over 1,400 civilians, and kidnapped close to 200 people. Within days, Israel bombarded the Gaza Strip, killing several thousand, wiping out entire families, and striking ambulances, border crossings, and residential buildings. At the same time, Israel told over 1 million civilians to leave their homes and move south, warning them of an escalation of violence in the north. But Israel is bombarding the south too, leaving Palestinians trapped.
For as long as this conflict has existed, movement in and out of the Gaza Strip has been, to one degree or another, restricted. The Prime Minister of the Israeli occupation, Benjamin Netanyahu, he knows very well that people are not able to leave.
Yeah, restricted is a little bit of an understatement. You can't leave Gaza and come back. You can't leave the West Bank unless you're working for the occupiers and come back. Like, if you come back, you're coming back in most cases as someone who has their American citizenship and is able to come back as a tourist. Like we saw in the 1948, dude came back as an American tourist to view the rubble that was once his home. But it used to be that you could actually leave and travel between the two, and then a bunch of crazy shit happened. So let's talk about that.
The Gaza Strip is the smaller of the two Palestinian territories occupied by Israel since 1967. This sliver of land, only 25 miles long and 7.5 miles wide, is home to over 2 million Palestinians, making it one of the most densely populated areas in the world. For the last 16 years, residents here have been living under a harsh blockade that allows Israel to control the flow of electricity, fuel, food, water, and medical supplies, so they can dictate when Palestinians receive essentials and when they're denied. That control is rooted in violence and destruction that goes back decades. Before the establishment of Israel, Gaza was part of what became known as historic Palestine under Ottoman rule and later under British occupation. In 1947, as the British prepared to leave, they left the fate of Palestine up to a newly formed United Nations, who voted to divide Palestine into a Jewish state and an Arab state.
The partition.
Soon, Zionist forces and militias began to forcibly expel hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their land to establish the state of Israel. Many internally displaced Palestinians.
And that was before the partition. The partition was announced, and then there was Arab resistances against the British, who were giving up 56% of the land to a third of the population. Majority of that land being the primary farming land and vegetation land. So that's a little bit of context that's missing out here.
Establish the state of Israel. Many internally displaced Palestinians fled to this narrow stretch of land that would later become known as the Gaza Strip.
So these refugees became refugees because they were pushed out of their towns and villages. Some of them literally live a mile away from what used to be their towns and villages.
Many others were forced to flee to neighboring Arab countries. Overwhelmed by refugees, these countries immediately declared war against the new state of Israel to support Palestinian Arabs. They eventually lost to Israel, but Jordan ended up occupying the West Bank, and Egypt occupied Gaza City and nearby towns along these ceasefire lines. Then, in 1967, another war broke out. Amid Palestinian resistance and fearing threats from neighboring Arab countries, Israel launched a full-scale attack on Jordan, Syria, and Egypt. In just 6 days, Israel captured the Gaza Strip and the Sinai from Egypt, the West Bank from Jordan, and the Golan Heights from Syria. This was the beginning of the Israeli occupation in Gaza that continues today. Israel took control of all movement from and to the Gaza Strip by land, air, and sea. It placed troops along this line and inside the Gaza Strip and allowed Palestinians.
Okay, there's quite a few things that happen in this time period. Let's see. So they failed to mention a few massacres on the way to this, especially in Lebanon at the time, southern Lebanon, using like a figurehead military in the region, the South Lebanon army. They massacred a bunch of refugees who had settled in Lebanon. The Sabra and Shatila massacre is what it's called. It's super well known, and there's also like a bunch of other massacres on the way to like the partition. Like there's Dar Yassin. That's a super well known one that spread throughout Palestine, and the some of the horrific incidents from that situation spread and ended up making it so that Israel could just take this land because the people were not willing to, be raped and killed for their land. Plus, they have the right of return. A lot of them figured they could come back. So that's a few things that happened in that time period.
And this impacts your life.
This was also when Israel started to build settlements for Jewish Israelis inside of Gaza. To Palestinians, this meant even more land being taken away from them. And they were being closed in. Israel did not allow Palestinians here to operate their own seaport or airport. Within the
Not just that.
Gaza Strip, Israel did
Not just that. You couldn't operate your own seaport or airport.
their own seaport or airport.
But they destroyed the airport that was built in Gaza. Okay? Under the Clinton administration, they built a airport called it's the Yasser Arafat Airport. And there's like varying accounts of when it was destroyed, but there's a consensus that it was done between 2001 with airstrikes, a combination of airstrikes between 2001 and 2002. They used airstrikes and bulldozers to destroy the airfield, making it so the Palestinians could not use the airport. So it's in shambles right now. There's actually some pictures that are kind of interesting. So they bombed the radar and control tower. They bombed the airfield and then bulldozed it. Okay. All right, and this is all this is in response to the second Intifada. So this is there is so much shit that is skipped. Like the first and second Intifada are completely jumped over in this 2-minute time frame, not even 2 minutes, which are massive events. Like the first one being protests and like throwing rocks and stones and sticks. Salam alaikum. What's going on? How you doing? Gurbanguly Berdimuhamadov. Huh. How's it going, dude? What's up? So yeah, they skip over a fucking ton. First of all, a lot of lives lost in between the first and second Intifada. More so the second Intifada because it wasn't a huge military movement. It was a protest. It was a series of protests. And then the second time, it was a military movement. And I think that they go into it, but if they don't, we'll do a little more coverage on the Intifadas because those are massively inciting events and massive resistances that should be looked at closely, because this was, this is what the UN Secretary General was talking about when they say that October 7th did not happen in a vacuum. All this historical context is how this is, as how it leads up to this. I'm trying to understand the logic of American residents. It is propaganda. It's propaganda, man. The propaganda in Israel is fucking banging, but where did they learn that shit from? You know what I mean? Like, they took so many notes on manufactured consent in Afghanistan, and like the United States going into Iraq and Afghanistan and just fucking it up for all of those years. They took notes. Obviously, they didn't take notes that let them learn anything because they're just trying to do the same shit. Like, the campaign is literally still the same hit and run tactics. Like, go in, see where we get shot at, and then like hammer it with fire. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Because what are they going to do after? Are they gonna occupy the strip? If they occupy the strip, then they can't blow it up unless they're going to blow up their own dudes. And if they do end up going in to get to the point where they can occupy the strip, they're going to be going in and they're going to be friendly firing like a motherfucker. They're going to be shooting each other left and right. Another part of the American community. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's also a lot of libs. Because it's super easy to be like, it's super easy to bandwagon and not have an actual opinion that differs from like any kind of status quo. When it comes to a situation that to a liberal seems as cut and dry as defending Jewish people. Like that's what they think. Their mind is in this black and white territory of anti-Zionist means anti-Semite. You know what I mean? I saw videos of rallies in support of Gaza. They're just screaming. It's yeah. There's a lot of protests out there right now. There's also protests where people are throwing rocks and breaking shit. There's protests where people are overloading like the jail cells by just getting arrested. Yeah, people are protesting everywhere, but ultimately it's the important thing is to focus on the people of Gaza and to make sure that it doesn't get to a point where we have to say remember Gaza, but instead we can avoid that by putting pressure on the people who need to be put pressure on, but also it's fucked because we push up against the government and they will still choose to go a different way. But there's a lot of strength in public opinion. Public opinion is swaying in the direction of the Palestinian people and against genocide, which is, it's fucking nuts that we even have to like argue the right of people to have lives. It's insane. But the people that I have talked to, the real people that I've talked to that are actually Zionist are just straight up psychos. Like they have departed from reality. Okay. One guy I talked to was just referencing biblical quotes and talking about the Bible and talking about this and that. And for the most part, the words he was saying were, and filled with, and then going off to a different tangent. You know what I mean? Like, this guy was doing like half sentences where you couldn't really even follow what he was trying to say. So you would try to fucking nail him down on his fucking psycho babble, and then you just go insane because these motherfuckers are not even here. They're not even like cognizant. All right, they're not thinking with like their brain. They're picking and choosing where they want to have morality and where they want to be absolute fucking murder psychos. You know what I mean? Because I talked to him, I'm like, look, bro, you don't want that to happen to your family. And the guy, the Uber driver that I had this conversation with, he goes and he says some shit like, listen, dude, if some shit happens to my family, then I'm gonna go do what they did to me. They better make sure they kill me type shit. And that's like the same macho man bullshit that motivates people and leads to their decisions, leads to them choosing to take away women's rights and not have information put out there because it's against their beliefs. It's against God. You know what I mean? Critical race theory is against God, my man. Like, talking about history, a critical representation of history. Like, you got to understand something about America. We can't even talk about what actually happened in our past. That's how fucked up shit is here. All right? That's where we're at. But in my country and in Russia, people at least expelled the Jews. Wait, what? What are you saying? What the fuck? Oh my God. We have a Nazi. Well, I'm glad you're here because let me tell you something, bro. After we beat those punk asses in fucking Germany, we should have given the country to the European Jews. We should have fucking given the entire fucking thing over. We could have avoided all of this. All right? In Russia and Tajikistan, people drove all the Jews out of the city, and that's... How do you not see that that's exactly what the problem is with what's happening to Gaza? How do you not understand? How do you not get that it's not different when it's a different people? It's still people. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's actually insane. Please, go ahead. Answer me. Please tell me. What the fuck is wrong with you? In what reality is continuously ousting people and choosing killing, violence, and annexation better than waking the fuck up and treating people like people? The same thing is happening in Turkey and Egypt. This is normal reaction. This is not what's happening in Turkey or Egypt. All right? People are not getting ousted. This is not like 1941, bro. What the fuck do you think this is? Wake up. This is 2021. Okay? This is 2021, where if you utter a word about Gaza and the people of Palestine, you get fucking labeled an anti-Semite. So what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? And where the fuck did you come from? Is my marketing off? Am I like bringing in like the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet? How do you come in with salam and then end up with this? Bro, come on. Think. Think this shit is happening because this happened to them. The Nakba was in 1948, okay? After World War II, the European Jews were looking for a place to settle, all right? Militarized and radicalized from being fucked over, they ended up going crazy and killing a lot of fucking people, massacring and genociding, Okay? You genocided people, and guess what? They continue to fucking try to do that to other people. Crazy how that works. Jews are killing our Muslim brothers in these countries. Jews are simply expelled. Jews are not killing your Muslim brothers. What's killing your Muslim brothers are these fucking psychopaths in the Likud party, okay? The same motherfuckers who had the same idea you're talking about of expelling the Jews, the Stern gang, okay? Those motherfuckers that said, by the way, we think that we'll help you exterminate some fucking Jews. In exchange, you're going to give us what we want, things we want. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You swear too much. You don't think enough, bro. Listen to what you're saying and really ask yourself, is what you're saying worse than what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, is what I'm saying worse than what you're saying? Ask yourself that. Think about that for like a second. That's insane, dude. That's insane. This guy sees the Gazan people getting massacred in a concentration camp and is like, we should actually do that to other people. Are you fucking stupid? Get the fuck out of here, dude. This is ridiculous. You're not real. You're not real. Get the fuck out of here.
Within the Gaza Strip, Israel...
Have some fucking historical and material analysis. Pay attention to how things end up the way they are. Recognize whatever fucking nationalist tendencies you're picking up on. And stop it, bro. Just stop it. God.
Developed key industries like agriculture to cater to Israeli and West Bank markets, taking advantage of Gaza's cheap labor market and paying Palestinians very little. These economic challenges led to the rise of a prominent Islamic social charity, Mujama al-Islamiyah. At the time, this charity, partially funded by Israel, built schools, mosques, clinics, and provided more food for Palestinians in Gaza. But tensions simmered.
Have a fucking ban, actually.
Israel feared a growing resistance movement, and in response, soldiers often frisked, arrested, and detained residents. In 1987, that tension reached a breaking point after an Israeli truck crashed into a civilian car, killing 4 Palestinians. Palestinians immediately responded with protests, strikes, and boycotts against
occupation. Sit down and think about what you've done.
It would become known as the First Uprising, or Intifada.
Fucking so lucky I don't ban you.
And that same year, Mujama al-Islamiyah transformed into a...
Okay, let's find out what's going on. We're missing context again because some stupid ass had to pop off because they thought they had good ideas.
Within the Gaza Strip, Israel developed key industries like agriculture to cater to Israeli and West Bank markets, taking advantage of Gaza's cheap labor market and paying Palestinians very little. These economic challenges led to the rise of a prominent Islamic social charity, Mujama al-Islamiyah. At the time, this charity, partially funded by Israel, built schools, mosques, clinics, and provided more food for Palestinians in Gaza. But tensions simmered. Israel feared a growing resistance movement, and in response, soldiers often frisked, arrested, and detained residents. In 1987, that tension reached a breaking point after an Israeli truck crashed into a civilian car, killing 4 Palestinians. Palestinians immediately responded with protests, strikes, and boycotts against occupation. It would become known as the First Uprising, or Intifada. And that same year, Mujama al-Islamiyah transformed into a militant group, Hamas.
Hamas was a group that came about during the first Palestinian uprising and was not really a part of institutional politics for some time.
They weren't in charge of Gaza yet, but they wanted to liberate Palestinian territories from Israel's control and considered Israel an illegitimate state. After the first year of the Intifada, during which over 140 Palestinians in Gaza were killed, Hamas and other militant groups began to attack Israelis more directly. Then, the Intifada grew more violent in 1991, which is also when Israel introduced a permit system that greatly restricted Gaza residents' ability to work, travel through Israel or access the West Bank and East Jerusalem. By the end of the First Intifada, Israeli forces had killed over 1,000 Palestinians, and Palestinian militants had killed over 100 Israelis throughout Israel and the occupied territories. The uprising ended after the internationally brokered Oslo Peace Accords between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, or the PLO. This was a liberation movement with an armed wing that fought for Palestinian rights for decades. The PLO agreed to disarm and recognize Israel's right to exist, but Hamas, which had very little political support at the time, strongly opposed it. The deal also created a new governing body, the Palestinian Authority, or PA, which allowed political parties and elections in the Gaza Strip. The PA was granted some autonomy within small areas, but Israel still controlled the territories and the flow through these crossings. The Oslo Agreement also promised Palestinians some level of autonomy and a path to statehood in 5 years. But that never happened. Instead, what followed was more Israeli settlements on Palestinian land. And a year later, following an attack by an Israeli settler in the West Bank and a series of bombings by Palestinian militants, including Hamas, Israel's prime minister called for the construction of a fence around the Gaza Strip. Gaza now had a physical barrier between it and the outside world. These moves made Palestinians trust the Israeli government and peace negotiations even less, and it would lead to a second uprising. On September 28, 2000, Israeli politician Ariel Sharon visited Al-Aqsa Mosque, a Muslim holy site in Jerusalem that's largely inaccessible to Palestinians in the Gaza Strip.
Largely inaccessible. Talk about it fucking impossible, dude. Talk about impossible.
This visit sparked widespread protests and violent clashes, resulting in Israeli forces killing 4 Palestinian children the next day. And Palestinian militants carried out suicide bombings. Back in the Gaza Strip, Palestinians broke down much of this barrier. The Israeli government soon built it back up and heavily militarized it with more troops and observation posts. They further canceled travel and work permits, restricting movement through this crossing even more, and eventually destroyed Gaza's only major airport and its under-construction seaport. By the end of the Second Intifada in 2005, Palestinian militants had killed over 900 Israelis, and Israeli forces killed over 3,000 Palestinians. The Second Intifada gradually came to an end as Israel dismantled all Jewish Israeli settlements in the Gaza Strip and withdrew the ground troops.
You might think that's a good thing. You might think that this is awesome. This is the first step towards like Palestinian autonomy. But that is not the case. This is not the case. They pulled out to make room for fucking bombardments. An eternal campaign of dropping bombs on the people in this open air, not open air prison, concentration camp.
Then, another internationally brokered agreement gave the PA control of this crossing with Egypt on the Gaza side, and allowed trucks and convoys to flow between the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. But Israel didn't let that happen. At the time of the first legislative election after the Second Intifada, Fatah, a party backed by the PA and PLO that had negotiated with Israel, was in power. But many Palestinians saw Fatah and its approach as ineffective. Hamas, which was now a political party in addition to being a militant group, won most of the seats in 2006.
People voted for Hamas as a way to express their disapproval of the ongoing status quo, which was that the peace process had failed and they had had 2 uprisings and no state was in sight.
Imagine that you are continuously pushing for some kind of recognition, some kind of autonomy, some kind of control over your destiny, over your life. You know what I mean? Imagine that is what you're pushing for. So you put people in power to get that done for you, right? You have representatives who do that. And then those representatives consistently fail to meet your needs. You're still You're still restricted to where you live. They still restrict access in and out. They still decide how much food, water, supplies, fuel comes in and out. You don't get to choose anything. And now they have air superiority for sure because they just blew up the only airport. You can't leave. You can't leave by plane. And you definitely can't leave by boat because they also have control of all of this space. Okay? All right, they have complete control. They have locked down Gaza at this point. And the West Bank is not very different. So what ends up happening is the Palestinian Authority is they put up their guys. I think Fatah put up some guys, and then PLO put up some guys. So they put up like a few guys against Hamas's like one dude, and then Hamas won most of the votes. So when you don't have a way to realize your revolutionary needs and the needs of your people, you end up going with the most militant group. And that will always be the case. That we've seen that throughout history with the United States when they wipe out leftist leaders and leftist and socialist figures, and they leave nothing but militant right-wing militias, and they end up doing horrible things to the citizens that are left over. And that's how we have all kinds of situations like warlords in Sudan and like all kinds of fallout from colonization in Central and South America. All right. That they're still dealing with the fallouts from, and that we also deal with the fallouts from. Like the things that the colonization efforts that America does and the capital acquisition that they go into South America for forces people away from their homes and up here where all the money is being sucked up into. We take all of their natural resources, give them very little pay for extracting it, and then we take all that wealth and it's all up here. They use it all up here to gain more wealth for more capital accumulation so that they can exploit more workers elsewhere.
In response to an armed militant party winning, Israel banned laborers from leaving Gaza for work. Then when militants captured an Israeli soldier, Israel carried out airstrikes in Gaza and tightened its control on the sea, limiting fishing capabilities to only 6 miles. Politically within Gaza, Hamas had won the election, but the PA was still the governing body, with Fatah under its wing. A conflict broke out between Hamas and Fatah, and Hamas seized power.
That was not a conflict. It wasn't a conflict. That is the wrong way to frame this. There was a coup. Hamas won, and Fatah was not willing to give up the power, so they did a coup. Okay? They did a coup. And American involvement was present in this coup.
Of the entire strip in 2007.
On the side of Fatah, obviously.
This is when Israel put Gaza under the official blockade that continues today, tightening Israel's grip over Gaza even more, trapping over two.
Because don't forget, the Palestinian Authority are Israeli figureheads placed in there as conciliation. They're doing all this stuff. They're taking away all these rights and liberties. This is what they can do to make it so that the people do not rise up against them. The bare minimum. Conciliation. Just like I unfortunately have to conciliate you with the bottom of the hour ad break. Yes, that's right. It's time. It's time for me to hit you with that 3-minute ad break. If you don't want to see it, either $5 or for free using your Twitch Prime. That's an Amazon Prime connected. All right, you know the deal. Here's the ad break.
$2 million Palestinians inside. This time, Israel closed the main crossing for commercial goods, made travel even more restrictive, banned exports from Gaza, and imposed restrictions on the import of essential items such as fuel, medicine, and food. They even used mathematical formulas to determine the necessary caloric intake for people in Gaza to control how much food they would allow in.
Basically, we live a slow death in Gaza, even before major escalations. People cannot travel freely. We have Israeli drones hovering around 24/7. There's always stress.
Over the next several years, reoccurring conflicts and airstrikes made the already devastating impacts of this blockade worse. Israeli airstrikes destroyed vital infrastructure, such as water and power plants. Repairs were delayed by the blockade, which impacted the delivery of construction materials. And for each militant attack on Israelis, Israel killed far more Palestinians in retaliation. At times, Israel would slightly lift restrictions, but it was never close to matching the humanitarian needs of Palestinians in Gaza. According to a UN report from 2022, this 16-year blockade had made 78% of the water in Gaza undrinkable, left 62% of Palestinians in Gaza in need of food assistance, living with rolling power cuts that last on average 11 hours per day.
Yep.
That is our normal life. We would have 8 hours of electricity, 12 hours of electricity. It changes depending on the situation and the availability of fuel. We are completely dependent on Israel.
This is what many Palestinians and international law calls collective punishment.
Collective punishment is when cancer patients cannot travel because they get denied. And collective punishment means also that Palestinians cannot have their own hospitals and they cannot treat their patients. Collective punishment means the people of Gaza now are punished for the most recent escalation.
When we look at the crime of genocide, which is, the intentional destruction of a whole people in part or in whole, we are seeing elements of that crime being committed and carried out in the Gaza Strip right now.
There's equating between Hamas and all Palestinians. And this is not the first time that we're going to see people in Gaza and civilians in Gaza, half of whom are children, pay the price for Hamas or anything else.
Israeli and US leaders have emphasized that Israel has the right to defend itself by wiping out Hamas completely. But the majority of casualties in the Gaza Strip aren't Hamas fighters. They're civilians.
It's an interesting question to consider whether or not things would have been different if Hamas didn't exist. But the thing is, Hamas didn't exist until the late 80s, but the occupation of the Palestinian territories has been since 1967. And the original Palestinian displacement was 1948. And Hamas didn't really emerge until much later than that. I think that anybody who follows Israeli and Palestinian politics, like with some level of honesty, knew that if what happened hadn't happened, something else was going to happen because the status quo was unsustainable.
The world has to recognize this suffering, even before we have escalations. The reason we have escalations is because people cannot find any hope.
No one wanted to get to this point. The tragedy of it all, in my mind, I think besides the loss of human life, is that it was preventable, easily preventable.
So that's on that. It was very easily preventable, and it's very simple. Anybody who tells you that it's complex is struggling with some biases that keep them from seeing genocide. They're just genocide deniers at that point. That's just the facts. When you have a hard time recognizing what the Palestinian people are going through is genocide, you have to examine, like, within yourself, what is it that's keeping you from seeing the reality? Like, where is the Where's the hurdle? Where are you getting tripped up? Is it that you can't recognize the Palestinian people as people? You don't recognize that the people were putting their lives on the line to cover this information or share this information with you, or doing it because it's important and it's the right thing? For some reason, you don't believe that. There's some trust issue there. Is it that? Or is it that the PR campaign of the United States and Israel has just become so... Oh, shit, hold on. My camera just died. Hold on. Whatever your deal is, whatever your hang up, wherever it lies, you have to recognize that people, civilians, are being punished en masse and collectively for whatever previous militant outbreak or escalation happened recently. And we can look back all the way to the first incursion, the first bullet fired. And we can see and recognize the Irgun Party, the Haganah, and all the other supporters. I think, the the Leahy Party are all to blame. They all fired the first shot. They all came into Palestine, had the idea to make it an ethno state, okay, and started putting that idea out there. And then, boom, uprisings. All right. In fact, the Irgun Party was so pissed that the UK, that Britain was going to stop allowing them to immigrate to Palestine, that they started attacking the British. They started to fight the British. You know what I mean? Like, the Irgun and Haganah were just ready to start fucking killing anybody, dude. All right? This nationalism, this Jewish power collective, these parties that embody those fascist ideologies, the same ones that ousted European Jews in the 1940s and killed immeasurable amounts of people. Well, not immeasurable. It was measurable, but it was also like a tragic amount of people. Okay, that's what I meant. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I kind of wish I didn't ban that or time out that guy from earlier, because I don't know. He was either fucking CIA or he was just really stupid. And if you're stupid, then I can like at least have a conversation with you and like get you to a point where you understand what you're saying is absolute nonsense. But oh well. All right. Well, that's what's going on in Palestine currently, okay? Those are all of your updates. We're going to go ahead and actually, I need some fucking water. Hold on 1 sec. Check this out while I get some water.
So, I don't know. That was it. That was his final goal, was to also leave the community. Oh my gosh, she's a Columbia professor. Oh my god. Okay, guys, don't look her up. But that's kind of cool still. The fuck? Let's see.
District.
Probably. I can't tell.
Don't pull up the Instagram.
Oh my.
Matthew Perry, R.I.P. She's already got the post up.
Damn, she posted. That's crazy. Okay, no, that's. Okay, moving on. Angry. What? I won't say things like I did. What is this? Go to Pain Spray, GTA 6 Pedestrians, Pearl Sucks, PewDiePie, Turfs, Ninja Waitress, Angry Black Dwarf with Chairs. Context: reacting to a Waffle House fight. He said, I won't say things like I did. Go ahead, defend him. Come on. You defend people who have done crimes.
Yeah.
You can defend thought crimes.
Thought crimes, exactly. Thank you for putting it in that way.
Yeah.
Is it a crime to have a thought?
I mean, if it's kind of racist, maybe. Should it be?
Is that in the Constitution?
Okay. It should be.
Well, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Bro, how did you get anybody off, dude? What the fuck? You just confuse the judge? You just go up there and you're like, Your Honor. You know.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm scared.
Yeah.
I just cried in the bathroom.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ. All right, this is the last one we're unbanning. Or are we unbanning? What do we think, chat?
It's up to chat. It's not up to me.
This person's been banned since 2022. I'm unbanning. I'm unbanning. And that concludes our Law and Order Banana Peel segment for the day. Thank you, Alex, also known as LOL Overruled, for coming to the broadcast and unbanning a bunch of psychos, including people who love lolly, which was weird. You were like very active and very aggro about unbanning lolly defenders for some reason. I don't know what that was about. What was that about?
I think that you are once again taking things out of context, and it really is just kind of sort of funny. It makes me laugh a little bit. Like
Does it? I don't know. You're not laughing. Weird.
Yeah, like that. Because, you talk about people taking you out of context all the time.
Oh, no. The streets are calling you lolly overruled.
No.
No! The streets are calling you lolly overruled.
Do not fucking do that.
Oh, no.
Shit,
dude. What? It's over.
That's really bad.
So's over.
Imagine you pull up to the court and the judge says that because the judge's a fan. It's like, I watched you do a horrible job.
I watched. So one time when I was working in Suffolk County, I walked in the courtroom and the judge was like, hey, it's like Mr. Clavering or, oh, shit. That's fine. I don't like saying my real last name.
What?
What?
I don't know what just happened. Oh, I thought you were, okay.
No, I just don't like saying it. Or should I call you LOL overruled?
That's what
the judge said to me. And
that's kind of sick. The judge knows
it
you.
was horrible. What the fuck are you
The
talking
judge
about?
knows your TikToks. He knows your phases.
Yes. Yeah, I doxed myself.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's very easy to find me, unfortunately.
Okay. Why do you collect people named Alex for friends? Like, I gotta catch them all. I know. I don't know why everyone that stays in my house is like a version of Alex names. Alex and Alexa, both Australian. Alex Press, labor journalist, and you.
And you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. Hasanabi, you were in Suffolk. I did a grand jury there. It sucked ass. What?
Grand jury in Suffolk, yeah.
I was just talking about you. The Alex and Alex adjacent names, yes. If you collect the 5th one, you can form a Megazord? Maybe. But for tonight, that'll be all. That's 8 hours and 30 minutes. A banger stream overall. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be here tomorrow. And so will Alex. You will be here tomorrow as well. At
Gonna hang
gunpoint.
around the house.
Yeah, no, you're going to be here
Don't point
tomorrow
that
as
at
well.
me.
No, I would never do that. I'm giving it to you.
Dude.
To show you.
I missed my 8-hour broadcast, bro.
You
Bring
have
him
a-
back.
when you
Bring
have
back my
someone
8
over at your
hours.
house, you give them the gun and tell them it's loaded to show how it works. It's not a real gun, chat. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you, Alex, so much for coming on, and we'll be back tomorrow for more content.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine, yeah. Man, it's scary. Anti-Semitism coming from this guy. I mean, I didn't say it. He said it, okay? Everybody chill out. Anyway, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Okay. React time. Oh, shit. Okay. Time to check something. Okay. What the fuck?
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test.
I'm trying to see something real quick. Fuck? What the fuck? What is happening?
Ah! Freezing! It's kind of creepy.
How do we get in here? I don't know. I just want to stand up outside by the.
Do you want to just like?
Okay. So just leave one half of it in here first.
Okay, I went to see if we could do
Be like,
a stream, a dating stream today,
gonna be like,
and I don't
"Okay,
think we
guys,
can.
new game."
I'm looking around to see if there's anybody doing anything. I checked to see my first
Yeah,
bet,
because I'm using Streamlabs.
and I
That's
couldn't
the
find
thing,
it.
like, my
Okay,
output
I could
is
not find my first bet.
Streamlabs.
This is wild. This is like, what is this? What's over here? How do you use this? Is this all it does?
That's the thing.
Okay.
I actually have like one of the highest speeds that they provide. I'm thinking I might have to stick with AT&T. But we'll see.
Okay. God, it's been so long. Okay. I think I might game. I think I might finally game. It's been so long. Actually, I'm gonna call it here. It's a good time to stop right here. Throw on the last 3 minute. All right, thank you guys. Another short stream today. Sorry, I gotta put more time into promoting, so I might take more time off so that I can stream on more days where I can catch more of you guys. So, no stream tomorrow. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna be doing for the week. Gotta decide how many days I'm gonna stream, what day I'll be. So, but as of right now, I will be streaming every day. Okay, every day. You can catch me after 4 every day, 4 p.m. PST. All right. You can also make a little bit of you can go follow me. You can go follow me on social media, and then you can just know. All right, and then you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I got to get back into longer streams. I am sorry. I know I am super behind on pumping out those 4 hours and 8 hours like I used to. I miss it. I got to find my rhythm again, and I got to build back the audience. So got to let them know. We're back here every single day. All right. Also, that's it. No, that's it. Thanks a bunch, guys. I'll see you back on Monday, probably. Okay? Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back on Monday. I'll see you on Monday. And we will be dropping updates all over social media over the weekend. So, though I may not be live, you can still keep up with the world at large through the use of my social media. All right. Thanks a bunch, guys. Appreciate everybody who came. Be wise. Be kind. And I'll see you guys next time.